welcome to my YouTube channel, JMC Nail Crafts. So today is day for our hop for the lovely garden tots. So I have been working away and sort of stamping and colouring, so I'm going to just dip into this today and we will see what occurs. I know what I want to try and do. It's something I've kind of, see, this is sort of designed as a flower that can be a flower like this. Or it could grow up that way, but I also think that it could make a really cool umbrella, and I really desperately want to try to see if that will work. So I'm going to cut around here and cut that part off like so. Yeah, so this is a YouTube hop for the release of the Garden Tot collection. So all of the Dream team that are on YouTube, I have a massive team of amazingly talented ladies, and they're not all on YouTube, but between them we have all the various social media things covered. So I'm thinking, especially as she's got her hand up there, that we could kind of almost chop off the bee and then make it look like she's holding that umbrella. Like that. I think that could be a little bit fun. Yeah, so all the ladies that are on YouTube, see that cute? We're all doing a hop today, so please do check out all the lovely ladies. So we have the amazing Dawn. We've got two Dawns. We've got our Donny Dawn from Shiny Silver Treasures, Dawn Ditchburn, and then we have Dawn Sutton as well. So yeah, all good. And then we have our Angie, who is amazing at explaining everything. And then we have our Jenny as well, who is a fantabulous colourist. So between everybody, we have all sorts of styles and inspirations sorted for you. So I'm hoping that you'll go and have a little check of everybody. Now, when I designed these stamps, I absolutely had scene building in mind. I wanted you to be able to create your own little magical gardens and scenes. That is absolutely what was in my head, and so all the elements have deliberately been designed for you to build up little scenes of these little fantastical people that live at the bottom of your garden, and they really do. That's where they live. Oh look, see, and very quickly we have put that together. So this is one of the advantage of stamping and colouring and having like a box of bits ready like this that you can just sort of dip into it like that. So I am actually really liking that a lot, but I want to add a little bit more interest. So that's sort of the basis of where I am going, and I am very happy. So yeah, as I said, I definitely like scene building. I think if that's definitely my go-to. So I'm getting my blending mat and I've just sort of tucked it up there. I'm not going to fully colour this, but I just would quite like to add a few hints of colour just to add a little bit of interest. So I'm going to pull in, this is some Distress Oxide, and really lightly I'm just going to pull in a little bit of colour there. I actually want it fairly patchy. I don't want it beautifully blended because I'm trying to give the illusion of clouds. So we've got that. And then I'm going to grab a green ink, I think. Let me see. So we've got Twisted Citron there. And what else? Actually, I might just take Twisted Citron and the yellow. I just find Twisted Citron is not quite bright enough for me, but I am a fuss pot. But if you mix, obviously green is made of blue and yellow, so if you want a brighter, more citrusy green, then just add a little bit more yellow in. So I'm now just going to take the green and we'll pop this around the bottom of the card, like so. So this one has been done, or will be done, with all the stamps. I am trying to keep my tutorial today fairly brief, because obviously you would love it if you could pop round and check out all the girls, and I think that is where having a design team and checking out what different people do is fantastic, and it's really good for sparking your inspiration. I've just realised that my pro marker's in my handbag. I will explain that, but I'm just going to go get it. So I'll finish one sentence that I was talking about the design team. I think having a design team is really, really important because you get to see different styles. And within the design team, we have got different things covered. Dawn Sutton, for example, she's a fairly newbie crafter. She sort of just really took it up during lockdown. So if you are a newbie, look at her, see what she's been doing and what she's managed to achieve, you know, really quickly, just by playing and just by having a go. So you go to Dawn there and she'll spark your confidence. If you're a newbie crafter, our Angela, she loves her grunge and her sprays, and she definitely takes these stamps in a very different direction to what I had and what I would do, and you know, learn completely new techniques and new ways of seeing things. Our Dawn is amazing. I know she has done, she'll not be sharing it today, but I know she has done a how many cards can I make with the paper kit, and it wasn't 3 million before Angie answers that. But she is fantastic at making the most of your kit, making it go as far as you can possibly push it. Dawn will be the one for that. And as I said, our Jenny is an amazing colourist, and she manages to put the really classy style cards together. Her cards are always really classy. So completely different styles from all of us, but you will learn something different and hopefully connect with something. So as I said, I do hope that you will you know, just pop round and see what the various girls have done and what direction they've taken their kit in. And that's the whole point of a hop. Also, I would love it if you would consider sort of liking and subscribing to their channels, you know, expand the YouTube family, the crafty community on YouTube. I'm just unclogging my glue. So yeah, I had my pro marker in my handbag because I was posting a parcel down to Hochanda, and although you have the postal address, it's always worth in big bold writing somewhere, kind of putting who it's who the parcel is kind of for, like which department, because obviously they have lots of different departments, and also which show it's for. And I'd forgotten to do that, and I was running out to the post office, so I quickly grabbed my pro marker as I jumped into the car. And then when I arrived in the car park, I'm busy writing on the box going for JMC Designs 1st of February. So it's still in my thing from there. Dawn has sent me some glue, which I must actually pull out and start using. She reckons I can't break it, but you know, I beg to differ. But I'm just going to sort my glue and be back. Yeah, Dawn sent me some tonic glue, and she reckons it'll not clog up on me. So I have tried many sorts of glue and I always seem to manage to create cloggage, so we'll see if this one fares any better. Right, let's get this all laid up. So if you spend a bit of time, if it's your thing, the thing is, if sitting colouring in an evening doesn't relax you and you can't think of anything worse, then don't do that. You know, do what suits you. I mean, if I was to ask Angie to do that, whew, she would not be happy. If I'd said to her, you know, sit and colour in for the evening and then fussy cut everything out, I would not be her favourite person. And yet she still makes gorgeous stuff. But if you do enjoy doing that sort of thing, you can spend a lovely evening just relaxing away. And see this bit I cut off the umbrella, I'm going to have it as a plant. Yeah, you can spend a lovely evening, and that's what I do. I stamp it all out, I sit in front of the telly, sit and watch my murder mysteries and all of that sort of stuff, and colour in and fussy cut out and have a little box together. And then I find when I actually sit down to craft, I very quickly and easily manage to put stuff together because it's all just a hand, and you can just sort of throw it in and see what you're liking. I'm thinking I think the girl and the umbrella I will try and 3D a little bit. So let's get that sorted. We'll get that bent over. I was going to look for some cardboard, but there's none to hand, so actually my 3D foam may be closer on this occasion. Tell you though, once I've used up my 3D foam, that'll be it. I'll not be buying more because literally you can save money just using cardboard, and we all have a plethora normally of cardboard and packaging. I've squirreled some more packaging away. I do like to save my packaging. My husband bought in, got something, and the packaging had these like black and white stripes in it, and I was like, oh, I can see a piano. He's like, oh, because he knew that, right, that one's going in Julia's room then. Oh look, see how quickly this is coming together though. It's so cute. I absolutely love this range. I hope you all like it. I hope everyone loves it because, yeah, it's been not a labour of love, close to my heart. That's it. It's like part of me is absolutely gutted that I'm not going to be there. I mean, Emma's amazing and she will do an amazing job, but this is my baby and I've been working on it for so long, and it's been in my head for the anniversary show since, oh, I don't know how long, and yeah, absolutely love it. So I really hope that you guys like it too. Now I'm going to build this umbrella up. I'll maybe just pause the camera because I probably will put quite a few layers on that and it might be a bit laborious to watch. I've put about 6 layers of 3D foam there because I just want it protruding quite a bit out, and this is where I put the wet glue on it as well, because it means I can just, right, I'm going to chop some of this off because I want it to be able to just, as I said, sit on her hand. It's so cute. So yeah, I drew this flower ages ago, and again it's one that's been sitting in my sketch pad and I've been desperate to have as a stamp. But yeah, so it can be used in different ways. It can be used as an actual brolly itself, just by snipping into it, or you know, as a plant. It goes both ways. So that's all good. Right, let's get a few clouds in because I do have a little bit of an obsession with clouds. So I've only pulled out 2, but I will want a third because, you know, rule of threes and whatnot. I'm just going to chop that a little bit. Actually, that's my 3rd cloud there now if I think about it, because I'll be able to stick that like over here or something, just like that. Never waste anything. There we go. Like so. And then I'm going to get these dragonflies flying about. That looks more like a parasol, isn't it? It's a very sunny day. There's not a raindrop in sight there, and she's got us to, let's call it a parasol. There we go, and then I'll put one there, and then we just sort of need to fill out the bottom, I think. Just there. It's going to need a little bit of something, so we'll see what foliage we have. Oops. So I'm really excited to see what all the other girls have done. Oops. I kind of want that, but then I also think it's looking... Oops. Right, let me have a little rummage for some more planty type things. So, got a few more bits and bobs. See how we get on. I'm going to pop this one flat in the background behind her, like so. And then we can have this one. So this is kind of, it's got a little, it's a flower, but the middle of the flower can also be a bumblebee, if you wanted it to be. I like to sort of have these sort of strange nods to random things. I like them to be what they are, but also not quite. It's like this here is like the shape of a beehive, the layers of her dress. So there's sort of like the beehive in there, and as I said, we've got the bumblebee within the flower. So just like I've got a hexagon flower as well somewhere, but I haven't actually coloured any of those up yet. So because you know that would be far too organised. I'm surprised I'm as organised as I am, to be honest. Right, so we've got that going on, and then I'm going to chop this one down a little bit. Maybe put that about there. And then I might just put mine to hide, just sort of distract from that, the fact I've chopped that, and we can use the little dragonfly there just to hide that. Now we're going to need to do some grounding so that these guys aren't floating in the air. Just knocking that because I've got a few sort of specks of glue and things. Right, so I'm just going to grab some green pencils in various shades, and we'll see how we go on. So I'll start off light and then build up. So I'm just going to just do a little bit of sort of scribbling in a horizontal way just to sort of create the shadows, and then we'll build it up with scribbling. And I'm going to go under the fence there as well, because there would be a shadow under the fence. And then I'm going to pop some different patches of it down there, like so. Right, so now that kind of gives us our grounding, and I'm now going to scribble up. So I'm not thinking, don't be afraid to scribble on your work, to doodle on it. These are the little touches that will make it yours, will make it different to everybody else's. So don't be afraid to do that. So I'm now going to take a darker green, and I'm going to scribble all over these various areas that we've sort of shadowed in. So that's quite good to do it with your paler colour. We've sort of shadowed that in, and we've got a bit of shadow then, so that they're not floating in midair. We've created a bit of depth, but it also lets you know whether it looks right or not. So then if you just sort of follow the areas that you've done with the various pencils and things like that, it just gradually builds up. So I'm just going to keep scribbling and just keep scribbling, just keep scribbling. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I think I say that every time I get this out, and then when I've started seeing what all the girls have been making with it, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Oh, that's a very neon pencil. That's added an element I wasn't expecting. That's okay. Right, so we've got that. I might just do along the actual doodle line that I've got. I think I'm going to just sort of have a slight grassy element to that, just so it doesn't, again, just so it doesn't look like it's all waving about. So we'll do that, and then what we can do is I'm going to fill in here as well. I might just pop little bits just behind the fence, just so it looks like, yeah, this grass doesn't, yeah, it wouldn't just be in a line. That's, you know, like when kids draw and they've got a line of sky there and then a line of grass there and a big blank thing in the middle. That's not how it works. So actually bringing those scribble effects and the green effects all the way down to the base, that's a good thing to do. So I'm just filling in some of those gaps with this sort of paler one, and then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to get some pink pencil. Got a few different pinks here, and I'm just going to break that up and draw some little dots, roughly in sort of clumps of 3. But again, almost like the little flowers peeking through the grass. So it's remembering these things are not all one colour. And there we go. I think that is us. Let me grab a sentiment. Okay, so I've pulled out this stamp set here, which is the polka dot florals, and that's the one that we've kind of used to create that sort of faux umbrella there. And the sentiment says happiness blooms from within, and I'm just going to fill that little corner with that sentiment. I'm just going to stamp it up. I'm using my VersaFine Clear and one of my Slims from Be Crafty, and I am just going to push that down and hold it a second. That's a tip that I learned from our Angie. So obviously the ink is on the stamp, you want it on the paper, so quite often if you don't stamp things correctly and you're nervous about stamping on, that's half the battle, that you're maybe just rushing the process a little bit. Just give it a little moment. And there we go. Happiness blooms from within. So that is, let's texture paste that. That's another project that I'm working on at the same time. Both of these videos are due up tomorrow. Anywho, I hope you have enjoyed crafting with me today and creating this gorgeous little scene with our honey top. Please do go and check out what all the other lovely ladies will have done. I know that they're going to be just awesome. If you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I will be back with you very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.